Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I'm hopping into this hourly rapid arena, and I'm going to play 2 games and just share my train of thought along the way. Time controls 10 plus O. Okay, let's try D4. C5. Okay, grab the space. And now the question, C4 or knight C3. On C4, Benoni land, I'll go with knight C3. This square I'm going to keep open for my knight. F3, D2, C4. All right. This pawn definitely belongs on E4. Half wondering about D6. I'll get one more move in. I have my eye on it. Alrighty. You go with the bishop check. Bishop check followed by A4. On one hand, I don't mind the light square bishop exchange. My pawn's positioned on light. But I could also try to play it where I keep all minors on board given I have space. I'll go with the check. Follow up A4 idea. First of all, yeah, pretty much against whatever black does, I'm going to be playing A4. Yeah. So I'd like to see the capture. So one thing here is if A6, it's a bit cluttered. The development for black would be a bit cluttered. Knight F3, A6, the bishop backs off, then there's bishop here. I'm going to take time out for H3. And let's get on with knight F3. If A6, the knight doesn't have A6, sometimes this could be a thing. Or even the C7 square, yeah. So I'm not quite sure where the knight is headed. I'm not really too interested in taking the knight. So moves to consider, castles, bishop F4. Is there a great difference between the two? Maybe. I mean, if the knight goes here, I might want to be quick to move my knight and then flush this piece away. So castles, knight here. Before I can move the knight, I'll need to support this one. And it may seem a bit weird, but even underdeveloping could be a bit tricky. I think, okay, I'm going to castle eventually, no matter what. So let me just do it straight away there and retain some options with my dark square bishop. So now there's the question of, do I capture, back off, sit? I have enough support for this. What about an E5 break? Bishop F4. Bishop C4, A6. Bishop C4, A6. Bishop C4, A6, maybe Queen D3. This knight might be overworked on E4. Really not sure. I could exchange bishops as well. All right, maybe in the end this isn't so bad. Oh, they're considering taking with the knight. Yeah, that's certainly a reasonable option. Okay. Now, all right, B5 might be a move. So queen d3 to hold that idea up for a second. I'll try this one. Seems like a very healthy square. No light square bishops anymore. Queen sort of replacing that piece somewhat. Don't want to get too far behind on the clock here. Back 3 minutes. 11 moves in. If a6, a5, b5, I could take. a6, a5, knight b5. I'm going to go with this one. Knight b5, I could back off. I'm covering this, and I have the idea to watch over this square. And maybe even follow up with c4. Oh, another path, actually. Knight b5, knight a4. So notice there what I was thinking about instinctually. A retreat. Why the retreat exactly? Why not think forward first? Maybe a better rule of thumb there. So maybe e6 to challenge this pawn. This could be dangerous. A knight getting into b6 now that the knight doesn't have access to d7. I'm going to pull this one off fairly quick. So I think I might be close to winning. The fork could be avoided. However, the idea of just getting a knight to c4 should be excellent. I'm going to go here straight away. And I think I like the idea of c3. Actually, the queen has to watch. Yeah, this square is kept open. I'm going to go here. This does a good job of taming these two. I'm expecting my knight to be challenged. I'm going to back off. This knight's out of play. Yes, let's back off. Now this one, and blast open the center. b6 break, I can take. a6 falls in the end. Would there be any counterplay? Not as far as I can tell. This is a struggling piece. In fact, I'm not really sure how these pieces spring to life. I'm not concerned about a knight jump into this square. I could consider, yeah, I'd be looking at knight takes first. I like the idea of freeing my f-pawn. This could be an idea in that after I capture taking with the pawn opens up this square. But I think this idea of f4 would hit very fast. I like my position. Space on the queen side. I have the minor pieces under control, so they are shooting for this. They want to defend a6, but there's also a problem in that I could take, and then after knight b6, knight a5. This is a familiar idea to me. I've played it many times. You sort of juke that knight exchange and hop into this very weakened square. Now, it could be covered, but I may be able to swipe that pawn. Yeah, I'm not seeing any brilliant discoveries. Knight a6. Another detail in avoiding the knight exchange, this knight gets in the way of black's major pieces on the half-open b file. So I think this is a nice try. They are pitching a pawn. Actually, I mean, do I want the pawn? What if I just scoot aside and still angle for this square? But, I mean, it is a pawn, isn't it? I guess I'll just win the pawn. So I'm not getting to this square, but I have something I can point to. Holding in my hand here a pawn. Isolated pawn. This could be a jump. I mean, something like this. Okay, I could play bishop here. Is there going to be an accident on this square? Let us see. Might be an accident happening shortly on this square. I don't think it could be. correct. Should I have captured that pawn? Should I? I'll go with this one. I don't think I'm not seeing any tricks on c3 working out. Just play queen d3. It's only defended twice. They have 3 attackers on it. Spent too much time there. I have this in reserve. Rook b4 can be a move. Rook c4 could be a move. I like the idea of doubling up first. I'm still not seeing a trick. Yeah, still not seeing a trick on c3. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes, hits the rook and nothing more. Rook takes, hits the queen, nothing more. Knight takes, pawn takes, bishop hits the rook, nothing more. A lot of nothing mores. Now just go into babysitter mode. Babysit. Yeah, let's babysit the b pawn. And next up, bishop here, knight here is looking very good. I have a lot of pieces on that square. I could definitely put something there. So my base point covered. We both have our flight squares. I like mine better than black's here. The bishop currently in the way. Things are healthy. I should just still be very attentive to the clock. Play this one fast. I almost mouse slipped. Went to d2 instead. Queen there. Okay, I think I want a dark square bishop exchange. So, prefer to have a knight right here. And I'm still angling for c6. I swiped a pawn rather than taking on c6, or rather than keeping my knight trained on c6. Alrighty, let us see. Okay, a knight there, very sensible. I can take, and I think I'm going to take again here because I am on the rook. I am also on, oh, there isn't a 2 rooks for the queen idea. I am on the knight in this position. Follow-up check, maybe. Okay. What about this one and then getting to the 7th rank? Or maybe just backing off. I'm going to back off. Let me just hold b2. Knight c7, rook a7. This is a maneuver, maybe, like if they try and safeguard the 7th rank before moving the knight. This, and that glues everything together. I have 1 unprotected pawn currently. Okay, they are going for that straight away. Rook there. Sensible, taking advantage of the weakness of black's last move. Knight no longer controlling a7. It could be tamed. But I am up this b pawn. It's a very big pawn. Passer. Yet to get rolling, but I'm not sure how long this queen can hang out here trying to defend. Now, I could force the queens off. I think I will go for this. That hits with check. Gotta take, otherwise I take the queen and then the knight. Knight there. I mean, this should definitely be winning by this point. Oof. Okay, in the background, you may be hearing thunder. Now, I normally title these videos, this rapid video may put you to sleep. I don't know, the thunder might be waking you up for this one, so apologies. No control over the weather, not sure how much that's really coming through. Let's play box out the king while also paving the way for my king to improve. Yeah, there really isn't time for the rook to do anything exciting. I push through. I'm not seeing if I can, not seeing that I could push through. I like that my pawns are controlling a lot of squares from the king. King has a responsibility. Yeah, by this point, very close to just guarding this pawn, and I think I'm just going to continue to step up rather than invite the rook on a better square. Do I have anything other than the recapture? Let's see why I would hold off on that. And I guess I'll go here and hide here, stop the rook from getting to this second rank, and now I'm ready for this one and then to roll. Yeah, I could go for this one. I'm not concerned about the fork. These pawns are too good. Let's give the check. So I could win this pawn, okay. And the other idea is just to push the pawn that is harder to catch. This king has to work especially hard. I just keep going. What's the clean approach? I guess the clean approach is this one. Yeah. Let's improve the king just a little bit. See, I'm looking at this to control this square. Mother Nature. It's rumbling here. Yeah, I'll go with this one. Now a king move. I have this discovered check followed by rook b6. This is too slow. I'll improve the king. Yeah, I'm almost at the point where I can maybe even play where I don't even need the rook. No, I'll insert the check first. And these pawns are too far away from posing any serious threat. I'll go here. King cut off. Should be squeaky clean. Yeah, I'll take time out to track down a vulnerable pawn. I don't want to get caught. Like after b7, my rook is far more flexible than this square. I'll just go ahead and swipe a pawn first. Okay, I guess I could get a little fancy. No stalemates or anything. Take advantage of a pin. 40 seconds will be enough to continue with my click to click to make a move. Square to square. Still no stalemates. 3 options. I cannot position a rook to control these 3 unless I'm on one of those. This one. I'll go with that straight away. Still no stalemates. Alright, they resigned. I'm going to play one more. Feel free to share if this thunder and rain is coming through in the recording. Could be relaxing, I guess.